In this journey, you'll discover 10 transformative lessons that aren't just about managing emotions. They're about reclaiming your peace, protecting your energy, and mastering the art of emotional freedom, no matter what life throws at you. Have you ever had one of those days where a single comment or a careless action from someone completely derailed your mood? Maybe it was a rude remark, a dismissive glance, or just an unexpected inconvenience that threw you off balance. It's incredibly frustrating, isn't it? But here's a truth that many overlook. No one can control your emotions unless you hand them that power. Think about it. What if you could move through your day, no matter what obstacles or provocations come your way, with a sense of peace so steady that even the harshest words or most irritating situations couldn't shake you? Imagine strolling through your life with an inner calm so unbreakable, it feels like wearing an invisible shield of serenity. Sounds like a dream, right? But it's not just wishful thinking, it's emotional mastery. In today's episode, we're diving into 10 powerful lessons that will help you reclaim control over your emotions, stop reacting impulsively, and release the anger that weighs you down. These lessons aren't about pretending you don't care or forcing yourself to bottle up your feelings. Instead, they're about strengthening your mind, building resilience, and navigating life's inevitable challenges with grace, clarity, and wisdom. Whether you're facing unfair criticism, struggling to set healthy boundaries, or trying to let go of lingering grudges, you'll discover practical tools that protect your inner peace and empower you to live with greater confidence and freedom. By the end of this episode, you'll not only have the mindset to stay calm in the face of adversity, but you'll also possess the strategies needed to remain genuinely unbothered, even in the most trying situations. So if you're ready to unlock the key to emotional freedom, to live a life where no one else has the power to pull your strings, let's jump in. Your journey to mastering your emotions begins now. Lesson 1. Understand that your reactions are your choice picture. It's a calm, beautiful day. Maybe you're sipping a warm cup of coffee, enjoying a walk through the park, feeling totally at ease. Then, out of nowhere, someone makes a rude or thoughtless comment. Suddenly, your tranquility evaporates, replaced by irritation or anger. You might catch yourself thinking, why did they have to ruin my day? But here's the honest truth. They didn't ruin your day. You did. Your emotions are your responsibility, not theirs and not anyone else's. Nobody has the ability to control how you feel unless you willingly give them that control. Think of it like this. The world will always send challenges your way, but it's entirely up to you how you respond. Let me offer you a fresh perspective. Imagine you're walking through a noisy, bustling city while wearing high-quality noise-canceling headphones. The honking horns, the shouting, the clamor, it's all still there, but it can't reach you. Mastering your emotional reactions works much the same way. You can allow the chaos of the outside world to exist without letting it penetrate your inner peace. A wise thought captures this perfectly. Between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space lies our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom. Next time someone cuts you off in traffic or dismisses your hard work unfairly, instead of reacting impulsively, imagine creating a small pause, a moment of stillness, before you respond. In that pause lies your true power, the ability to choose calm over chaos, clarity over confusion, strength over impulsiveness. Here's a real-world example. Suppose your coworker dismisses your idea during a meeting. Instead of snapping back or letting resentment fester all day, take a deep breath and ask yourself, is this really about me? Or could it be a reflection of their own stress, insecurity, or bias? Reframing the situation helps you neutralize its emotional impact and keeps you in charge of your own peace. The beauty of this approach is that it's not about denying your feelings. Anger, frustration, and disappointment are all natural and valid emotions, but they don't have to dictate what you do next. Here's a simple, practical method you can start using today. Pause and identify the emotion. When you feel triggered, take a moment to pause and name exactly what you're feeling. Anger, hurt, irritation. This disrupts the automatic reaction loop. Ask reflective questions. Why am I feeling this way? Is it because of what happened or how I'm interpreting it? This helps you separate fact from emotional story. Choose your response. Decide consciously how you want to act. Choose the response that aligns with your values and supports your long-term peace of mind. Mastering your reactions doesn't mean you stop feeling. It means you stop letting your emotions control you. And that is where true emotional freedom begins. Now that you've seen the power hidden in that simple pause, let's move deeper. In the next lesson, we'll explore how shifting your inner dialogue can transform not only your emotions, but your entire reality. Ready? Let's keep going. Earlier, we talked about how mastering that tiny pause between stimulus and reaction can give you extraordinary emotional power. Now let's build on that foundation and go even deeper into freeing yourself from emotional chains that you may not even realize you carry. Imagine the sheer freedom of moving through life untouched by the rudeness of a stranger, the careless remark of a coworker, or the daily inconveniences that pop up without warning. They might still happen. They always will. But their ability to shake you? Gone. In every single moment, you hold a choice in your hands. Will you allow others to control your emotions, or will you reclaim your power and fiercely protect your peace? The next time someone tries to push your buttons, remember, their behavior does not define you. Your reaction does. And in choosing calm, you don't just achieve emotional mastery, you step into true, unshakable freedom. Lesson 2, stop expecting people to behave like you. Let's be honest. How often have you been there for someone only to feel painfully let down when they don't show up for you in the same way? That wave of disappointment crashes in, and the thoughts follow quickly. How could they be so inconsiderate? I would never treat them like this. But here's a hard pill to swallow, one that can ultimately set you free. People do not operate according to your standards, your values, or your expectations. They act based on their own. Expecting others to think, behave, and respond exactly as you would is like standing outside trying to command the rain to stop. No matter how loudly you demand it, the clouds won't listen, and neither will people. Picture it. Every individual is on their own winding path, shaped by different experiences, beliefs, priorities, and battles you may never see. When someone acts in a way that annoys or hurts you, it often has far more to do with their own journey than anything about you. Trying to control or fix someone else's behavior only drains your energy and leaves you feeling helpless. Instead of fighting reality, the real power lies in acceptance. Acceptance doesn't mean approval, it means recognizing what is, instead of exhausting yourself over what should be. Here's a quick example to bring this to life. Imagine you're at a team meeting and a coworker keeps interrupting you. Again. Instead of seething in silent frustration or plotting the perfect comeback, try seeing it differently. Their interrupting habit? It's theirs, not yours. It doesn't diminish your ideas or your worth unless you let it. By dropping the expectation that this coworker will suddenly become a model listener, you free yourself from unnecessary emotional battles. You preserve your energy for what really matters. A timeless truth sums this up beautifully. Expectations are the root of all suffering. The fewer rigid expectations you place on others, the more you protect your own inner peace. Here's a simple, practical exercise to start loosening the grip of expectations. Acknowledge your assumptions. When someone upsets you, pause and ask yourself, what exactly was I expecting them to do? Naming it brings clarity. Challenge that expectation. Is it truly realistic to expect someone else to act exactly like you would? Reflect on how their background and experiences might lead them to different choices. Shift your focus. Instead of trying to manage their behavior, turn your attention inward. Focus on your ability to respond with calm, with wisdom, with peace. Think about how liberating this mindset can be. The rude stranger, the friend who forgets your birthday, the coworker who interrupts. None of them have the power to ruin your day unless you surrender that power. When you stop demanding that others meet your invisible standards, you take back the keys to your emotional freedom. People are who they are, not who you wish them to be. Accepting this reality doesn't mean you allow mistreatment or abandon your values. It means you finally recognize that your peace is far too precious to sacrifice for something you can't control. The next time someone disappoints you, try pausing and quietly reminding yourself, they're acting from their nature, not mine. And that's okay. I choose peace over frustration. And in that quiet, confident choice, you'll find not just freedom from their actions, but a deeper freedom within yourself. In the last lesson, we explored how freeing it can be to release the exhausting need to expect others to behave the way we would. Now let's tackle another subtle but heavy chain that keeps many of us trapped: the need to always be right. Lesson 3. Let go of the need to always be right. Think back to the last argument you had. Maybe it was about something seemingly minor, like the fastest route to a destination, or maybe it was something deeper, a disagreement with a close friend or a family member. As the conversation heated up, did you feel that powerful urge rising within you? The need to prove you were right? Almost like holding on to a lifeline? We've all been there. Clinging to our own version of the truth often feels like protecting our very identity. But what if, just imagine, you could let go of that need entirely? What if you could approach disagreements with curiosity instead of defensiveness? Here's a thought to hold close. Would you rather be right, or would you rather be at peace? Often our insistence on being right creates unnecessary tension, damages important relationships, and fuels our internal frustration. On the other hand, letting go of that desperate need to prove ourselves opens the door to preserving peace, both within ourselves and with others. Picture this. Someone unfairly accuses you of something you didn't do. Your first instinct is probably to launch into defense mode, to argue, to correct them, maybe even to highlight their flaws in return. But before you react, what if you paused and asked yourself, is it really worth my energy to prove them wrong? Will this argument change anything meaningful in my life? In most cases, if we're honest, the answer is a clear no. Here's a simple example. Imagine a friend insists that their method for solving a problem is superior to yours. Instead of engaging in a battle of wills, you could simply say, I see where you're coming from, and I respect your perspective. In doing so, you not only dissolve the tension, but also protect your own calm and dignity. The Taoist philosopher Lao Tzu expressed it best. He who is attached to his views will never grow. Letting go of the need to be right doesn't mean abandoning your principles or silencing your authentic voice. It simply means recognizing that not every disagreement requires a winner, and that sometimes stepping back is the stronger, wiser choice. Here's a practical way to start embracing this mindset. Pause before responding. When you feel that rising urge to argue, take a deep breath. Reflect for a moment. Is it truly worth the emotional investment? Seek understanding instead of victory. Shift your focus from winning to understanding. Ask questions. Be curious about the other person's viewpoint. Often, this simple shift can de-escalate even the most heated conflicts. Pick your battles wisely. Save your energy for issues that truly align with your core values or that impact meaningful outcomes. Let the rest go. Over time, you'll notice how much lighter your heart feels when you no longer need to win every debate or prove every point. Arguments lose their grip on you because you've chosen peace over pride, calm over conflict. Remember, your worth is not measured by how many arguments you win or how often you prove your intelligence. It's reflected in how you carry yourself, how you protect your energy, and how steadfastly you choose inner peace over outer validation. The next time you find yourself itching to argue, gently remind yourself, being right won't make me happy, but being calm will. And in that small but powerful choice, you step closer to real emotional mastery. Lesson 4. Stop letting others' words define your worth. One of the most important steps in emotional mastery is learning to focus on what helps you grow and letting the rest fall away like leaves in the wind. When someone's words sting, don't rush to accept them as truth. Instead, pause, reflect, and ask yourself, am I allowing this moment to define me, or can I stay anchored in what I know about myself? You see, your worth is not determined by approval, applause, or the opinions swirling around you. Your value is innate, a quiet, unshakable force that no comment, no criticism, and no dismissal can touch. The ancient wisdom of Lao Tzu captures this perfectly. Care about what other people think, and you will always be their prisoner. Letting go of the need for constant validation doesn't mean you stop caring about others. It means you stop surrendering your inner peace to opinions that do not serve your growth. And in doing so, you free yourself from unnecessary emotional burdens you were never meant to carry. So next time someone's words challenge your confidence, pause and remember. Their opinion is not my mirror. My truth is stronger than their perception. This is where true strength lies, not in dodging criticism, but in standing tall regardless of it. When you stop letting others define you, you create space for something priceless. Authenticity, resilience, confidence, and an inner peace no one can steal away. Lesson 5. Protect your energy by setting boundaries. Now let's move into another critical aspect of emotional freedom, the power of boundaries. Picture this. You're deep in a busy workday, juggling tasks and racing the clock, when a friend calls, asking for a favor they could easily handle themselves. Or a coworker drops a last-minute project in your lap, expecting a yes without hesitation. That sinking feeling, the tension between wanting to help and feeling your plans unravel, is all too familiar. Why does saying no feel so hard sometimes? Here's the truth. Protecting your peace absolutely requires setting clear, compassionate boundaries. And boundaries are not acts of selfishness. They are acts of self-respect. Without them, you hand your time, your energy, and your emotional well-being over to the demands of others. Remember this powerful truth. You cannot pour from an empty cup. If you're constantly giving without replenishing yourself, you'll soon find your spirit drained, your heart resentful, and your mind disconnected from your own needs. Boundaries are not walls built to shut others out. They are bridges to healthier, more balanced relationships. When someone crosses your boundaries, it's often not malicious. It's because you haven't made your limits clear. People aren't mind readers. It's your responsibility to define and uphold your boundaries with calm clarity. Imagine, for instance, that you're the friend everyone calls late at night for advice. It's flattering, but it's also leaving you exhausted. Instead of bottling up frustration, you could gently say, "I care about you deeply, but I need my evenings to rest. Let's catch up tomorrow during the day." Simple, respectful, firm, and most importantly, it protects your peace. Epictetus put it beautifully. Freedom is the ability to live as we wish. Living freely doesn't mean disregarding others' needs. It means consciously choosing where your energy goes, ensuring that you're not giving more than you can afford, emotionally, mentally, or physically. Here's how to start setting boundaries effectively. Be clear and honest. Communicate your limits calmly and directly. People are far more likely to respect your boundaries when they understand them. Use I statements. Focus on expressing your needs, not blaming others. For example, "I need some quiet time after work," instead of "You're always disturbing me." Stick to your boundaries. Consistency matters. Once you set a boundary, honor it. Show others and yourself that your well-being is non-negotiable. Lao Tzu offers another timeless reminder: he who knows when to stop does not find himself in trouble. In other words, knowing your limits when respecting them is the foundation of peace. The next time you feel overwhelmed, ask yourself, have I clearly communicated my needs? Am I honoring my own limits? By doing so, you reclaim precious energy for the people, passions, and projects that truly matter. Remember, you are not responsible for managing everyone's feelings or solving all their problems. Your primary responsibility is to yourself, to your peace, your time, and your emotional well-being. Protect it fiercely. Set your boundaries with love and strength. And watch how much lighter, freer, and more empowered you feel. Lesson 6. Detach from the opinions of others. Unwarranted judgment is heavy, but here's the truth. That weight belongs to them, not to you. Think of detaching from the opinions of others like carrying an umbrella during a storm. The rain may fall, the wind may howl, but that doesn't mean you have to get soaked. You can move through the storm untouched, grounded firmly in your own truth. By focusing on your inner compass, you stay anchored no matter how others perceive you. Their fleeting thoughts, shaped by their biases and experiences, are like passing clouds. Your truth remains the steady sky behind them. The next time someone's words shake your confidence, take a deep breath and ask yourself, am I living for their approval or for my own fulfillment? In choosing to detach, you reclaim your freedom. You protect your peace. You build a life that is authentically, beautifully yours. Remember, your path is uniquely yours, and it's far too important to be steered off course by fleeting, ever-changing opinions. Lesson 7. Respond with silence, not anger. Imagine this. You're in the middle of a heated conversation. Someone says something cutting, something meant to provoke. Your heart races, your cheeks flush, and every part of you wants to lash back, to defend, to win. But what if you didn't? What if instead you chose silence? Silence is one of the most powerful responses you can offer in the face of negativity. It's not a sign of weakness or surrender. Quite the opposite. It's a sign of immense strength and self-mastery. Choosing silence over reaction is choosing calm over chaos. Responding with silence doesn't mean you're avoiding the truth. It means you're choosing which battles are truly worth your energy. The less you react to negativity, the more peaceful your life becomes. Silence says without words, I will not let your behavior define me. I value my peace too much to waste it here. Let's bring it into a real-world example. Imagine a colleague tries to undermine you during a meeting, throwing subtle jabs to discredit you in front of others. You have two options. You can engage, escalate, and get pulled into their drama, or you can pause, say nothing, and hold your ground with quiet confidence. By choosing silence, you deny them the reaction they crave and preserve your composure. In doing so, you show true strength to everyone in the room and to yourself. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The best answer to anger is silence." Anger is like a fire. It needs fuel to burn. Silence takes away the oxygen. Here's how to make silence your ally. Pause before reacting. When someone tries to provoke you, breathe first. That space gives you clarity. Listen without defending. Let others say what they need to. You don't owe an immediate rebuttal. Speak only when necessary. And when you do, keep it calm, measured, and intentional. A beautiful Buddhist teaching reminds us, speak only if it improves upon the silence. Silence isn't about ignoring problems. It's about choosing when and how you engage. It's about preserving your energy for conversations and moments that truly matter. The next time someone tries to rattle you, pause and ask yourself, will responding add value or simply fan the flames? By choosing silence wisely, you protect your peace, demonstrate emotional strength, and retain control over your own narrative. Lesson 8. Practice gratitude to dissolve anger. Now, let's explore another transformative tool that can neutralize anger and bring you back to center. Gratitude. Imagine you're having one of those days. Everything feels like it's going wrong. Plans fall apart, people are rude, and minor inconveniences pile up until frustration feels inevitable. In those moments, it's easy to think, why does everything have to be so difficult? But what if you paused? What if, instead of focusing on everything falling apart, you shifted your attention to what's still standing strong? Gratitude is like a reset button for your mind. It's almost impossible to feel angry and grateful at the same time. Gratitude pulls you out of the downward spiral and reconnects you with everything that is still good, still working, still present. Here's a simple example. You're stuck in traffic, late for an important meeting. The anger bubbles up. Instead of seething, you could take a deep breath and think of 3 things you're grateful for. Maybe it's having a reliable car, the opportunity you're headed toward, or even just the song playing on the radio. It sounds small, but this mental pivot is powerful. Cicero, the Roman philosopher, said it best. Gratitude is not only the greatest of virtues, but the parent of all others. Gratitude doesn't just dissolve anger. It builds resilience. It fosters patience. It refocuses your energy on what truly matters. Here's how to make gratitude a regular practice. Pause and reflect when anger rises. Ask yourself, what's one thing I can be thankful for right now? Keep a gratitude journal. Each night, write down 3 things that went well. Even the smallest victories count. Reframe challenges with gratitude. When facing difficulties, look for the lesson or hidden gift. Sometimes the hardest moments are the ones that shape you most. For instance, if someone criticizes you harshly, instead of stewing in resentment, you might reframe it. I'm grateful for the chance to strengthen my confidence and practice resilience. This doesn't excuse bad behavior. It protects you from drowning in negativity. As Buddha wisely said, let us rise up and be thankful, for if we didn't learn a lot today, at least we learned a little. And if we didn't learn a little, at least we didn't get sick. And if we got sick, at least we didn't die. So let us all be thankful. Gratitude doesn't deny frustration or anger. It simply refuses to let them dominate. The next time anger creeps in, pause and ask yourself, what can I be thankful for in this moment? You'll find that gratitude doesn't just erase anger, it replaces it with calm, clarity, and an empowering sense of control. Lesson 9. Reframe criticism as a tool for growth. Most of us instinctively see criticism as an attack, something personal, something to defend against. But what if you could shift your perspective? What if, instead of bracing for impact, you welcome criticism as an opportunity to grow? Criticism, no matter how it's delivered, holds potential value, if you're willing to look for it. It can reveal blind spots you didn't know existed, challenge your thinking, and push you to improve in ways comfort never could. When you change how you view criticism, it stops being a source of frustration and becomes a powerful tool for self-betterment. Here's an example. Imagine you're preparing a big presentation. A colleague reviews your work and points out several flaws. You have a choice. You can get defensive, thinking, they're just trying to undermine me. Or you can pause and reflect. Is there any truth here? How can I use this feedback to make my work even stronger? Choosing the second approach transforms what once felt like an attack into a stepping stone for growth. A wise thought captures it perfectly. Criticism, like rain, should be gentle enough to nourish growth without destroying roots. Of course, not all criticism deserves your full attention. Some people criticize out of envy, ignorance, or malice. That's why it's crucial to filter feedback carefully, keeping what serves your growth and discarding what doesn't. Here's how to handle criticism with grace. Pause before reacting. When faced with criticism, breathe before you speak. Give yourself space to respond thoughtfully rather than emotionally. Evaluate the source. Consider who's giving the feedback. Are they informed? Do they have your best interests at heart? Find the lesson. Even poorly delivered criticism can contain a valuable insight if you listen closely. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Let's look at a more personal example. Imagine a family member criticizes your career choices or lifestyle. Instead of arguing or shutting down, you could respond calmly, I hear your concerns. I'll reflect on what you said. This mature response protects your peace while leaving room for genuine reflection. Epictetus reminds us, if anyone tells you that someone speaks ill of you, do not defend yourself, but say, he obviously doesn't know my other faults, or he would have mentioned them too. This timeless wisdom teaches us to not take criticism so personally. Instead, view it as part of your journey toward wisdom and self-improvement. The next time criticism comes your way, pause and ask yourself, what can I learn here? Is this feedback about me or more about them? How can I grow stronger because of it? Lao Tzu echoes this with beautiful clarity. Knowing others is intelligence. Knowing yourself is true wisdom. Criticism, when approached with the right mindset, becomes a mirror that helps you see yourself more clearly. Growth often hides in discomfort, and those who embrace it unlock a strength that no criticism can ever shake. Lesson 10. Master the art of letting go. Imagine you're gripping a hot coal tightly in your hand, waiting for the perfect moment to throw it at someone who hurt you. In the meantime, the coal burns you far more than anyone else. This is exactly how anger, resentment, and grudges work. They don't hurt the person who wronged you. They harm you. Real strength isn't found in holding on. It's in letting go. Letting go doesn't mean you forget what happened or excuse bad behavior. It means you stop carrying the emotional weight that drags you down. It means freeing yourself from the invisible chains of the past so you can reclaim your energy, your peace, and your present. Buddha puts it powerfully. Holding on to anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. Think back to a time when someone wronged you. Maybe it was a betrayal, an unfair judgment, or a cruel word. How many hours, days, or even weeks did you lose replaying that moment in your mind, nursing anger, or plotting imaginary confrontations? Letting go is the antidote to that endless loop. Here's a relatable example. Imagine a coworker takes credit for your idea. You could stew over it, let it poison your mood, and let it impact your productivity. Or you could choose to let it go. Remind yourself, my worth isn't tied to one moment of recognition. My growth and my future are bigger than this. In doing so, you protect your peace and keep moving forward. Lao Tzu offers profound wisdom. When I let go of what I am, I become what I might be. Letting go isn't only about releasing anger toward others. It's also about letting go of perfectionism, the fear of failure, the need to control every outcome. It's about embracing life's beautiful unpredictability and finding freedom and acceptance. Here's how to practice the art of letting go. Acknowledge your feelings. Suppressing emotions only makes them stronger. Allow yourself to feel without judgment. Reframe the situation. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this experience? How can it make me stronger? Focus on the present. Letting go is a gift you give to yourself, not to the other person. Shift your attention to the here and now, where your real power lies. Think of it like releasing a balloon. The longer you grip it, the more it strains your hand. But the moment you let it float away, you feel lighter, freer. Marcus Aurelius offers timeless advice. Do not be disturbed by what is outside your control. Let it go, and you will find peace. Letting go doesn't mean letting people walk all over you. It means choosing your battles and conserving your energy for what truly matters. Your growth, your joy, your future. The next time you find yourself clinging to anger or regret, gently ask yourself, is this worth my peace? What would my life feel like if I finally let this go? You'll find that the lighter you feel, the stronger you truly become. And there you have it. 10 transformative lessons to help you master your emotions and stay unshakable, no matter what life throws your way. These aren't just abstract ideas. They are real, practical tools you can use every single day to protect your peace, build resilience, and regain control over your reactions. Remember, emotional mastery isn't about suppressing your feelings or pretending not to care. It's about responding to life's challenges with clarity, strength, and grace. The power to stay calm, centered, and emotionally free lies entirely within your hands. As you move forward, carry these lessons with you. Pause before reacting. Set clear boundaries. Let go of the things and people you cannot control. And with each choice for peace over anger, for calm over chaos, you take one powerful step closer to living the resilient, vibrant life you truly deserve. If you found value in this episode, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone who might need a little extra calm in their life today. And I'd love to hear from you. If you have your own tips or experiences about staying unbothered, feel free to share them in the comments below. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Remember, emotional freedom isn't a destination. It's a daily practice. Keep showing up for yourself, stay mindful, and keep growing stronger every single day. Until next time, take care and stay beautifully unbothered.